Little did I know that was just messing with my whole entire psyche, because how is a store one size fits all? And I'm pretty sure the average waist size is like 0 to a 2 or something. Ridiculous. Hey guys, it's L2 What I Do, because I'm back with another video, and today's another segment of spilling the tea for the girlies. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the unrealistic beauty standards that are set for girls today, and even just people in general. I think right now there's more of an open discussion, like the Kardashians are talking about it more. Also, you guys have definitely seen Blac Chyna's progress. So when I think about the beauty standards of today, it really is just, to me, basically looking like a Bratz doll. Like, if you're really gonna think about it, a lot of the people that set the tone for the beauty standards are celebrities, and specifically I feel like for a lot of Black women, it's rappers. Like, these female rappers growing up, the one female rapper I really looked up to was Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj literally looked like a Barbie doll. She was a Barbie doll. She had the big boobs, big butt, and big lips. A Bratz doll. And ever since then, it has really been the standard that that is what beauty is. And even Nicki talked about it recently herself in an interview, where she used to be in the studio with Lil Wayne and all the rappers, whatever, Young Money. And they would talk about like girls with big butts, and back then she didn't have her butt done. So she thought that being pretty meant you had a big butt. Even though she was Nicki Minaj, she knew that if she had a bigger butt, guys would actually like her more, and she ended up getting her butt done. But I feel like more and more people are getting their bodies done in general and going to extreme lengths to get it done. At the time that I'm filming this video, recently Miss Jackie just passed, rest in peace, and that was really so sad to see on social media, like having it be announced by people in the industry, because she really was within the industry. She had so many influencer friends. She was with DC, and just knowing that DC is now gonna have to raise these 3 kids by himself is just so sad. And when it came out that she passed probably from a procedure, a mommy makeover is what they're saying. I don't know if that was solidified yet, but it was talked about. And honestly, after 3 kids, I can understand that you want to get your body done. It's just so unfortunate that that happened to her. And obviously she knew the risk going into it, but you really never know. You always think it's not gonna happen to you, and then it still could happen, because it's always a possibility. And nowadays, I think more and more people are trying to emphasize the fact that a lot of women should not be getting these procedures done. Right when it came out that Jackie passed by that procedure, one of the doctors on Botched, which is a show I used to watch all the time growing up, because it's actually crazy what goes wrong with these procedures. One of the doctors named Terry Dubois went on, I think it was TMZ even, to discuss that. He's talked openly about how dangerous BBLs are, and I actually remember him talking about it on his show, and he was like, it's because of the fact that you're taking fat from other parts of your body, injecting it into whatever area you want. This is going to be the butt, and when you do that, I think he said the fat cells can go into your bloodstream, and if that happens, you're basically dead, and there's nothing they can do about it. And it's just a risk that happens with these procedures, and people die from it. And he was saying that it's a lot of time it's not really reported in the States. It is disclosed, but it isn't actually something that mainstream media says or even people really know about, because of the fact that so many people have BBLs, that it just kind of gives the notion that it's an okay procedure to do, and it's probably the deadliest procedure. But aside from the celebrities pushing the unrealistic beauty standards that we have, it was also a lot of the businesses, especially retailers. Like, growing up, I know we all had the Abercrombie phase, and recently that Netflix documentary came out about Abercrombie and how they only hired people that looked like a model, primarily white people that look like models, and if you weren't pretty, you were not working in the front. For a while, they weren't even hiring people that they saw are unfit to work there, as in they weren't pretty enough to work at Abercrombie. And even if you weren't the prettiest girl on the roster, you were scheduled to work at the back of the store, not the front of the store. And literally, little me, I remember going to the mall and seeing like the shirtless models standing in front of Abercrombie being like, I have to like come prepared to even walk into this store. Come to find out, it was really just discrimination against people trying to apply to the store. If you weren't even fit, they weren't even looking at your resume. If you haven't watched the documentary, just go ahead and watch it because it was crazy. It was basically everything that we knew they were doing without them actually getting in trouble for it, and then finally got in trouble for it. But everyone boycotted Abercrombie at that point. But one that actually, I would say, has not been thriving at all in Canada is Brandy Melville. I don't know if you guys remember Brandy, but when Brandy came to Canada and she was one size fit all, I thought to myself like, how is everyone gonna fit into this store? I remember going to Brandy Melville being like, I need to buy a shirt. I bought one itty bitty shirt. That thing barely fit me, and I just wore it with so much pride because I was like, I fit into Brandy Melville. Little did I know that was just messing with my whole entire psyche, because how is a store one size fits all? And I'm pretty sure the average waist size is like 0 to a 2 or something. Ridiculous. But it's just been so many years that these standards have been in place. People have been following it because one, it's like, especially in the music industry, when things are working for you and sex sells, you're going to do what everyone is doing. And back then, and even right now, a lot of people have the big butts, big lips, big tits, so they get it done too. Just like Lotto. Lotto has her podcast on Apple Music now, and she was saying how back then she just thought that she needed to get her butts and her boobs done to fit in with these rappers, and now she would think twice about doing it. But she still did it at a young age. So it is what it is. But what really has been helping is stars coming out explaining their struggles with their own body and actually reverting some of the surgeries that they've got. So far I've seen Dream Doll. She's talked openly about getting her butt reduced, and she was talking about how it actually is very difficult to do that. Nobody really talks about that, honestly, but she's gone through multiple procedures and it still isn't the size that she would want it to be, but she is going through the motions of getting it reduced. And then we all know Molly-Mae. I think Molly-Mae was probably like the first influencer to talk about how she overdid her lips and then got her lips dissolved because she realized it was just too much. I think that's the one thing with lips, is like you get so carried away, because honestly the look of fillers does look good. Like you can get your lip lines filled in. I think that's cute, but I think like after a while you just think, let me go bigger, and you just get carried away, which is what Molly said happened, and then she dissolved her lip filler. That was very transparent of her, because I think like in the UK it is a thing to have your lips done, and even back then they were on the way first, I'm pretty sure. So big deals. We stand with Molly. But right now it's all about the Blac Chyna era. I will say, like, I don't really know much about Blac Chyna, not really a lot about her come up, but from what I have heard, just like the losses with the Kardashians and things like that. So I wasn't really like a fan of Blac Chyna, but I was basically indifferent to her. Lately though, I have to say, like, she has grown on me. Her being so transparent about her journey, and then about her journey with her religion as well, can relate to that. So I feel like Blac Chyna is setting the tone for, if you want to get things removed or just dissolved in your face, you should do it. Because if you look at Blac Chyna's face now, it's so different, and she is so pretty without any of the fillers or extra things that she got done. Overall though, it is just unfortunate that we're in a world where the standards for beauty are just so high. People don't even talk about the stuff that they do to obtain the bodies that they have in general. Even a bunch of the housewives have admitted to taking Ozempic, I think it's called. I forget what the name is, but it's basically a drug, or I think it's a type of insulin that you inject into your body and actually helps you lose weight or even retain the weight that you have. But once you're off of it, all that weight comes back. So then it's just like, a lot of people are getting these eating disorders from having taken the drug. It's really just at a point where one is enough, because at this point people are going through great lengths to keep the bodies that they have or obtain the bodies that they want. And even when we're talking about these procedures, it is crazy how much people spend on getting their bodies done. At one point I thought it was reasonable, because of all like the BBLs I was seeing in the States, everyone getting their boobs done. For good boobs, you're pushing like 20K sometimes. I've seen 10K for a BBL. I feel like that's like very low. I don't know, probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's low. So I think for the good procedures, we're gonna say 10, 20, maybe 30K for a procedure. And I'm not gonna lie, if you want your body done, get your body done. But I would say definitely invest, know who you're going to, and know the risk, because I know people that have had their boobs done, and honestly, I've thought about doing it myself. From all the things that are going on right now, a little scared, but I will say that I don't feel pressure to get them done. And I definitely think that you should never feel the need to get anything altered to your body unless you want it done, because then you're not even gonna like your own body. But I know I can relate to my girlies when I say it is so hard to be a girl in this day and age because of everything we have to compare ourselves to, and then just the high standards that are set upon us. But I hope that we all remember to love ourselves, embrace your natural self before you go doing any work. If you get anything done, just make sure that you're doing it for yourself, because last thing you want to do is do it for somebody else, or do it because somebody set a standard that you think you need to now obtain. So, love you girlies. But you guys know the drill. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below any more video ideas you guys have for me, because I will do them. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
Living without you, teach me